up YouTube? I'm back. So this was the season finale for Sword Art Online War of Underworld, and it was great. There's a lot of things to talk about, but first we need to talk about Alice because she's crazy, man. She actually delivered herself to Kirito's house in a box, and that was kind of scary at first, but she's crazy, man. It was kind of funny seeing Kirito's reaction to seeing Alice in the box. It was pretty funny. But yeah, man, it was a great scene in my opinion to open, the episode. She left, she escaped from where she was, even though she wasn't in prison, but she wanted to be with Kirito. So I really like that she did that, because the way that last week's episode ended, I felt really bad for her because she seemed a little bit lonely, and in this week's episode, we heard what she talked about. Obviously, that's not her world. Her world is the underworld, and the only person that she really knows in this world is Kirito. So it made sense that she got delivered to his house. So I thought that all of this was pretty cool, just seeing them together. Obviously, we know that Alice kind of has feelings for Kirito, and I really like that what Kirito said to her. He basically said that Alice is his hope, and not only his hope, but the hope of humanity, because she's gonna change the world. So I really liked all of this first part of the episode. Alice was also allowed to stay the night in Kirito's house, so she was really happy, and she wanted to visit his house, and one of the things that Kirito showed her was his dojo, his practice ground where he can practice fighting, basically, So Alice was pretty excited about that because, yeah, she's a knight, she's a swordsman, so that's what she's all about. And we got to see a quote unquote fight, because they tried to fight, but because those are wooden swords, they broke pretty easily with the force that they were using, and Alice actually won because she's made of metal, and she basically knocked out Kirito, so that was pretty funny. And while they were on the ground, Alice basically said that she's okay and everything. And just seeing that scene right there, it just tells me that just her being with Kirito just that day made her day, because he's the only person that she knows really, so I'm really happy that she's happy. We also got to see Kirito and his parents talk a lot about what's happening in his life right now, what happened at Rat in the underworld and everything. So I thought that was a pretty cool scene because we don't get to see a lot of that. Kirito and his parents talk about everything that is happening in his life, and they have his best interest at heart, because they want him to succeed. So I thought that was all pretty cool. His mother understood what Kirito was going through, even though it was stressful for her, but his dad, really wants him to concentrate on his on school, and getting a job after that, so I understand all of the sides. His dad also said that he understands that he's a hero in the real world and in the virtual world, basically. So his dad understands, but I thought that was a pretty cool scene because we don't get to see this side of Kirito with his parents, so I thought it was pretty cool. Kirito also said that he wanted to study in a program, I don't exactly remember which one it is, and then go work for Rat, so that was pretty cool. And Alice's reaction was amazing, because obviously Kirito is basically her world, and her being with Kirito is all that, one of the things that she wants. So I really like her reaction, and Kirito doesn't only think about himself, but about the others around him. So I really like Alice's reaction, and like I've said in other reviews, she's my favorite character. So when she's happy, I'm happy, so I thought that was really cool, man. Now, at night, Alice received a message, and that message was a pathway to go to the underworld again. And we're guessing that this message was from Akiko Kayaba, or I don't remember his name exactly, but we're guessing that it's from him for a reason. And he's still alive in a way. We don't know how, but he still is. So we know that that's from him. So Alice went to wake up Kirito and everything, and Kirito asked Alice if he could bring Azuna with them, which was kind of funny, especially Alice's reaction. But yeah, man, we got they receive a message to go to the underworld. I'm wondering why. Maybe it's because the underworld was in danger or something like that, but it seems like there's something bigger happening behind the scenes. Hopefully we'll know what's gonna happen in the next adventures of Kirito. But when they arrived at the underworld, for a reason, they arrived at space, and it's kind of weird. I don't know why they all had their kind of uniform from the underworld when they last left, but it's kind of wild that they arrived in the space, and not on the planet that they usually are. But yeah, man, it was kind of creepy even for Kirito, especially Azuna. Their reaction was pretty funny. But the world is called now Star World Year 582. So I think it's been 200 years since the last time they left the underworld. So it's completely different right now. So it's called Star World, and not the Underworld. I don't know if it was officially called the Underworld in the Underworld, but I'm guessing that it just changed in time. And then we got to see this kind of monster, mythic space beast, the abyssal horror. It was kind of crazy and gross. It was kind of a kind of monster that we see, I guess, in Gundam or other shows. That we don't usually see. In Sword Art Online. But it was cool to see. I'm guessing that they did that really to get to see Kirito, Azuna, and Alice fight for one last time before the season ends, because we didn't get a fight for the last two episodes, I think. So it kind of made sense. We got to see Kirito fight a little bit. Obviously the animation was top notch for the whole episode. I think in last week's episode the animation wasn't that great compared to this week. I think there was a difference in animation and art, but it was kind of cool to see. We got to see Kirito fight. We also got to see Yu-Gi-Oh and Kirito's disciples. At first I really didn't know who they were because it was kind of hard to see them with their spaceship and their helmet on, but it seems like they're the same people that they left before. So I thought that was pretty cool, and they're in a spaceship. So the technology has advanced a lot since they left, so that's kind of crazy. So we'll have to talk about that later in the review. But we also got to see Alice and Azuna fight, for one last time for this season. So I thought all of that was great. They defeated that monster pretty easily. So I'm wondering how much stronger they are than any other people in the Star World right now, because it seemed like they got weaker, or maybe it's just that Kirito, Alice, and Azuna are that strong. So I don't know, but we'll have to see, man. Anyway, it actually took them some time to realize that it was Kirito, Alice, and Azuna. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they were far away from them in space. Maybe it's why, but I thought it would be easy for them to recognize them. Maybe it's because it's been a long time since. But yeah, man, we also got to see when Yu-Gi-Oh's disciple was looking at them. She kind of saw Yu-Gi-Oh in a sense. I thought that was pretty cool. A pretty cool way to end, kind of the season, because Yu-Gi-Oh was a huge part of the Alicization arc. We also got to see something pretty interesting that they said. They said they will next take up their swords on the final greatest battle of all, the Inter-Intelligence War. So I don't know anything about it, so let me know in the comments down below. But I really thought at some point that Alicization was gonna be the last arc for the Sword Art Online series, but it seems like there's gonna be a next arc, and that's gonna be the last arc for the series, you know. So they also said at the end that Kirito will return, so they already confirmed that there's gonna be another season. I don't know exactly what it is, you know, the next season, but they said that Alice, Kirito, Azuda, and all the other guys are gonna be part of it, you know. So I can't wait to know what's gonna happen next, because I do a little bit about the Alicization arc because I've heard of it before. We heard of it, you know, a little bit at the end of the Ordinal Scale movie or two, but I don't know anything about this next arc that is coming up. So let me know in the comments down below what this arc actually is. Is it only anime only, or is it in the light novels, you know? So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see what's coming next, because it was an awesome season, man. It was an awesome arc. It was the best arc of the series so far, by far, in my opinion. So let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought about the Alicization arc as a whole. You know, I'm thinking about doing a whole review for the whole Alicization arc, the 52 episodes of the arc. So let me know what you think about that. But yeah, man, it was a great arc, and I can't wait for what's coming next. But yeah, man, I usually do Sword Art Online reviews every Saturdays, but now that we'll have to wait for another season, there's not gonna be any review about it, except the one that I'm probably gonna do about the whole arc in general. But I do One Piece reviews on Saturdays too. I also do God of High School reviews on Mondays. I think there's like 2 episodes left, so I'm gonna review them. But yeah, man, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, man. Follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, and like and subscribe. It would help my channel a lot. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.